Everyone wants Jarvis. Not the version that builds an Iron Man suit in your basement, but the version that is actually useful. Something that can message from your phone, something that knows your projects, remembers useful context, runs small workflows, checks in when it should, and uses the tools you already use. OpenClaw can get you there, but there is one catch. Installing OpenClaw is not the same thing as getting Jarvis. Once you install it, connect it to Telegram or WhatsApp, send it a message, and expect a personal operator to pick up, you're going to be disappointed. What you have at that point is a model connected to a chat. It can reply, it can call tools, it can technically do things, but it does not know who you are, what you are working on, or what you should never touch. So this video is not a full OpenClaw install tutorial. The install is the easy part. The official quick start is basically install OpenClaw with npm install, run OpenClaw on board, then open the dashboard with OpenClaw dashboard or connect one of your chat channels. What I want to show you is the part after that. The workspace setup that turns OpenClaw from an AI that can read my messages into something that actually feels like a small personal operator. The difference is context. OpenClaw has a workspace folder usually at OpenClaw workspace, and that folder contains files like agents.md, SOUL.md, IDENTITY.md, user.md, TOOLS.md, HEARTBEAT.md, and a few memory files. These are not markdown files. They are the assistant's onboarding packet. These files answer the question a real assistant would need before they could help you. Things like who you are, what are you working on, how should I talk, what tools exist, what files should I never touch, what should I check without being asked, and what mistakes have you made recently. If those files are empty or generic, the agent has to improvise. And when agents improvise, they become generic real fast. For the setup I recorded, I used one big prompt that creates the whole workspace configuration in one go. I will leave that prompt in the description. You can copy it, paste it into OpenClaw, and then change the personal details for your own setup. In my case, I called my assistant Friday. You can call yours Jarvis, Friday, Atlas, whatever makes you smile before it replies. Before you edit that prompt, it helps to understand what each file is actually doing. Otherwise, you're just pasting a giant blob of instructions and hoping the vibes work out. So let's walk through the important parts. SOUL.md. This is where the assistant gets a voice. Not lore, not a tragic backstory, not 4 paragraphs about being helpful and ethical and professional, just rules that change how it talks. Most people write something like be helpful, friendly, professional, concise, and thoughtful. That sounds fine, but it does almost nothing because every model already tries to do that. Make it sharper. Tell it to skip filler, never use lateral language, have a point of view, push back when an idea is weak, and stay warm without sounding corporate. The most important rule I'd put in SOUL.md is this. Never say a task is complete until you have run the relevant check or explained why you could not. That one line matters because trust dies the moment your assistant says done and you realize it did not verify anything. Keep SOUL.md short. If a line could not change the response, delete it. Next is agents.md. This is the mission file. SOUL.md controls how the assistant sounds. Agent.md controls what it is here to do. For a mini Jarvis setup, write it like you are briefing someone who has just joined your team, like an operative. You help you with scripts, demos, research, reminders, repo work, and recurring workflows. Then add the boundaries. Ask before spending money, deleting files, publishing, deploying, changing production accounts, or messaging people on my behalf. OpenClaw also supports identity.md, and I would use that for a simple identity layer. Name, avatar, vibe, and role. Something like you are Friday, my personal AI assistant. Keep the operational rules in agent.md and identity in identity.md. That separation helps. Identity is who it is, the agent file is how it works. A Jarvis-like assistant is only useful if it can interact with your actual world. Not all of it though. Please do not give it the keys to everything on day one. What it needs is a map. Write down what repo or folder matters, what package managers you use, how to run the projects, where to run the tests, where deployments happen, which browser profile is safe for work, and which accounts are off limits. This is boring, but it saves you from the model making things up. If you use pnpm, write pnpm. If deploys go through Vercel, write that. If production needs approval, write that in all caps. Your job is to remove guesses. Memory is where people usually overdo it. You do not need the agent to remember every random message, every half-formed idea, or every old task forever. That sounds powerful, but in practice, it turns into clutter. For this purpose, I would keep the memory boring on purpose. Daily notes for what happened today, what changed, and what is still open. Then, a small durable memory file for facts and preferences that are actually useful. The more important file is learnings.md. This is where you write short lessons from mistakes like before saying a page works, open it and check the visible results. And do not run deploy commands without asking first. Then add one line in agents.md that says to read learnings.md before meaningful work. That is how the system gets better in the practical way. Not because it magically becomes smarter, but because it starts repeating your specific failures. The remaining files are mostly covered in the template prompt I shared earlier, so I would not overthink them. HEARTBEAT.md is just for tiny scheduled check-ins. reminders, open loops, or one useful thing worth surfacing. If nothing matters, it should stay quiet. For bigger repeatable workflows, use task files instead, like a morning brief, site health check, upload checklist, or a weekly report. The point is simple. If you explain the same workflow twice, write it down once and let the assistant reread it. There's one more piece, and that's cost. You do not have to run every task with the same expensive frontier model. OpenClaw can use local or self-hosted models easily through providers like Ollama, which means you can split the work into lanes instead of treating every request like it deserves the same expensive brain. The way I would think about this is simple. Your best model is the builder. Use it for production edits, debugging, final decisions, and anything expensive to mess up. A cheaper or local model is a scout. Use it for summaries, rough drafts, research cleanup, and low-stake checks, and background work. The local model is not replacing the best model. It is taking the boring work off of its plate. Ollama is the easiest way to start with local models. Install it, pull a model, check it with Ollama Surf, and then configure OpenClaw to use Ollama as a provider. The first response can be slow because the model has to load into memory. After that, it usually speeds up. Start small if your machine is small, try larger models if you have more RAM, and do not make model choice a personality trait. Pick the model that fits the job. After all this customization, the setup depends on what you actually want your assistant to do. If you want it to be useful from your phone, connect the channels you live in. If you want it to help with work, connect the tools and services it needs to assist you. You can come back to OpenClaw on board to set up more connectors, and the more useful connectors you add, the more your assistant can actually do. That is the practical version of a mini Jarvis setup. Not a giant autonomous system trying to do everything, just a well-briefed assistant with the right context, the right tools, the right connectors, and enough memory to stop making the same mistakes. If you want your own Jarvis, do not start by obsessing over the model leaderboard. Start with a workspace, give it a voice, a mission, a map of your tools, useful memory, small check-ins, reusable routines, and skills that actually work for you. Use sub-agents when the work generally splits, not because it just sounds cool. OpenClaw is not Jarvis the moment you install it, but with the right context around it, it stops feeling like a chatbot in your messages and starts feeling like a small assistant that understands how your world works. That's the real mini Jarvis. Not movie magic, just context, tools, memory, routines, and a bit of taste. If you like this video and want to dive deep into learning OpenClaw, I've linked a resource in the description. Let me know in the comments what I should build next.